talk about food waste and how it affects our planet. I'm sure that many of us are aware of the growing severity of climate change, but did you know that food waste is actually a very large contributor to this crisis?
First of all, what exactly is food waste? This term refers to food available for us to consume that is actually discarded instead of eaten.
Before we get into more detail about how this affects our environment, let's go over a few quick solutions to help reduce food waste. One of the most effective strategies is to reduce how much food you buy. So by planning your meal instead of just going to the store and picking what you like, then you don't end up buying unnecessary food that expires before you've eaten it. Another way to reduce food wastage is by recovering it. This means to donate leftover food to food programs within your community, so like the food bank. And if you've tried those two strategies and you still find yourself with extra food, then you can always recycle it. And recycling it means putting the food scraps in the designated organic bins instead of just putting it in the garbage.
When food is improperly discarded, it ends up in landfills. As it decays, the waste emits a greenhouse gas known as methane. Methane traps heat in the atmosphere at an extremely high rate. It is considerably more potent than many of the other commonly known greenhouse gases, for example, CO2.
Along with knowing how to reduce food waste, it's important to know why we waste food in the first place. Starting right at the top of the triangle, when we harvest food products, large amounts of fruits, vegetables, and grains are damaged due to improper harvest techniques. Since they're all perishable items, they have to be kept under specific conditions, and when they aren't, then they go bad. Next, rough handling of fruits and vegetables can cause physical damage that leads in drastic food loss. Even the appearance alone of damaged food can prevent it from being sold. Once food has arrived at a warehouse, it's important to keep it in a well-ventilated area to prevent the molding of the product. Additionally, it is important for manufacturers to select the right materials to store the stuff in.
Those are both examples that aren't necessarily applicable to you, but still important to know. Now, let's discuss food waste at home. Food spoilage is when food becomes unsuitable for consumption. At home, this mostly occurs when food is improperly stored, food that is hidden from view in the refrigerator, partially used ingredients, and misjudged food needs. Spoilage actually accounts for about 2/3 of food waste at home. The other third of household food waste is accredited to over-preparing, when too much food is cooked or served, and if it is stored as leftovers, often forgotten. We often cook more than is necessary, or even possible to consume in a sitting.
Next up is known as date label confusion. In one study, an estimated 80% of Americans prematurely discarded food because of confusing packaging labels. It's easy to be thrown off by the various dates presented, and we often are unable to discern between sell by and best before or expires on. Labels such as best before may be misleading because the product is often okay to eat even after the date is passed, as the date is a time frame suggested by the manufacturer for peak freshness. As mentioned earlier, overbuying is a significant contributor to food waste. Stores will often offer special products purchased in bulk, large quantities that compel people to buy unnecessarily amounts of the product that will expire before they even finish it. Finally, poor planning of meals can lead to us buying too many ingredients. Shopping lists and weekly meal plans can help combat this problem. Planning ahead can also help to reduce potentially costly grocery bills. Thank you for watching. See you next time.